It looks like players will be starting momentarily. And looks like we're off. Looks like Cab and London elect to get the mushroom in 1-1, and Louis and Marikh are passing that up. .365 for you guys on the left. I didn't catch the other side. So we'll see if Marikh and Louis decide to pick up any power-ups in 1-2. Nope, looks like they are not going to do that. Marikh with the shell kick strats, and Louis going all out for 1-2. Looks like he bonked the pot just a little bit, so he lost 1 in-game second. I'm a fan of the small Mario runs, but we'll see. We'll see if Louis picks it up in 1-3 and 1-4. I don't know if he runs small strats. Yeah, he's gonna pick up the mushroom. They're both gonna pick up the mushroom. So it looks like, as far as I can tell, all 4 is gonna be running fire strats, unless someone decides to do the setup for small fire. So it looks like Louis has a slight lead. Oh, it looks like Marikh may be setting up for a small fire. Let's see if he gets it. And he's doing it. And looks like he got it. Yeah, the top 2 players are against each other, and the bottom 2 players are against each other. So for those of you who have not seen Small Fire Mario, you're getting ready to see it here. You have you have quite a few advantages. You have the small hitbox, so you don't have to worry about doing like duck jumps and so forth. But you also have the advantage of having fireballs. The biggest disadvantage to that is it takes a little extra time to set up. Small fire makes this level considerably easier as well. Looks like MrCab had to hold up a little bit on one of the cheeps. Looks like he got a kind of a rough pattern. And MrCab makes it through. London makes it through. So it looks like not too many issues for all the players in 2-2. That can be one of the tricky levels, especially if you get hit. Some of these cheap patterns can be really close if you're trying to not slow down. We'll see. I didn't notice any really bad patterns for these players, so that's pretty good for them. So it looks like London in the lead of everyone currently by just a little bit. MrCab had to duck for Basil's fireball there to keep from getting hit. Oh, watch out for... Okay, you got him. Killing Bowser with small Mario is a little bit tricky. And Louie, did he land in the pit? Something happened. I didn't catch that. Looks like he landed in the pit. So London's going to extend his lead a little bit here. Louie's gonna pick up a couple of, or pick up that mushroom at least. But there's still a lot of race left. Anything can happen. He can just as easily swing back in the other direction, so. I kind of thought Louie might have picked up that flower on 3-2, but apparently he's decided not to. For this tournament, the average, I guess if you wanted to average the times, it would probably be somewhere in the 22-25 range for these races. I haven't actually like calculated that up. I mean, I could at some point, but got no problem for MrCab or London with Bowser. So that average I mentioned is probably overall. Louie having a little trouble getting his momentum back up on those platforms, but looks like he makes it okay. 401 is the easiest level in the game, so there's usually not much to say about that. With a couple of players starting 4-2, we'll see if they decide to take the top route or the bottom route. It's always fun to see the bottom route, even if it is a little more difficult. So London's going bottom. MrCab is going top. Great 4-2 by MrCab in London. No, there's no slowdown with jumping. So it looks like all four players got a 350 going into the pipe on 4-2, so that's good. So Louie's a little bit over a level behind at this point. We have a lot of Mario races today, which I'll go over those after the race is over. London got a little close to the fireball there. Ooh, and MrCab decides not to even mess with Bowser, just hit the axe. I can't blame him on that one. That's to try to kill him with fire. That's the most difficult Bowser in the game, in my opinion. MrCab had a little bit of an issue on the stairs there at the end. We like to call that the stair boss, as the stairs are one of the most difficult objects in the game. Okay. Except for the death that Louis had, like all 4 players have been playing actually extremely well up to this point. World 5 and all. Oh, and commentator's curse. I'm sorry. And it looks like Marikh just took a death trying to pick up the mushroom. So I apologize for the commentator's curse. So now that Marikh took death, if he wants Small Fire Mario again, he has to do the setup again with Bowser. MrCab picking up the extra life, and he waits in the... I don't know if he messed up his jump a little bit or if he decided just to wait for the fireball there for MrCab. And going on to 6-1. If you jump on top of those very first coin blocks and then jump up, like you won't throw the first spiny, which is something a lot of players use, as it makes that portion of the level considerably easier. Looks like Louis takes care of Bowser. Oh, and Marikh challenged the Potoboo and lost. Small Fire Mario is a glitch. So basically, if you touch Bowser and the axe at the same time, the game will consider you as being Small Mario, but you keep the Big Mario sprite as the players are going through 6-2, which is a fun level to watch. It's a very awkward level, but it's fun to watch. But basically, so you keep the small. You keep the big sprite, so when you pick up a mushroom, you become small, and then when you pick up a flower, you become Small Fire Mario. But the death resets that back to normal. And Marikh having a little trouble with Bowser, but he makes it through. Louis finishing up 6-2 and gets a 6 for 6 fireworks. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. I think it costs roughly about 2.5 seconds if you get that. So you get fireworks on if the last digit of the timer is a 1-3 or a 6, and you get that many fireworks. And very laggy 6-4 for London, but he makes it through. And Louis bonked against the block there. That gets really scary if you start doing bonking against those blocks. You can very easily end up in the pit. Laggy 6-4 for MrCab, makes it through. Looks like Marikh's a little nervous with trying to shoot fireballs through 6-2. And Louis, I thought he was going to try that there for a second. He didn't do it, so makes it through Bowser. And it looks like London and MrCab are starting 7-2, which is one of the most hated levels in this game, I feel like, for most runners. Sometimes this game can give you some really nasty patterns on the positioning of the bloopers and the cheap cheats. Oh, MrCab getting trolled by the bloopers here, but he makes it through there. Louis going for a mushroom. And gets a 3 on the timer for a few more fireworks. And I didn't see his setup, but he challenged that fire bar for Marikh and got hit. I think he did a setup better this time, so he should be good. Yeah, okay. And I'm guessing, oh, and MrCab takes a hit from, I'm not sure if it was the Koopa or the Cheep Cheep. I just caught the last moment of that. Oh, and he does the buffer jump to avoid the fish. Oh, oh, he's getting hammered by these Cheep Cheeps. I think he's good for the rest of the level, but man, those are some patterns. With those patterns that he got on 7-3, he's probably happy. He just made it to the end of the level without a death at this point. So London is cruising through 8-1 here, shooting his way through the level. I would figure unless he bonks or something, he'll probably get a 200. And MrCab having to wait a little while on Bowser, but he makes it through. Louis starting 7-3. Let's see what kind of patterns he gets. I personally really hate trying to pick up a power up on 7-3 because it just always seems like the patterns just get worse after that. Yeah, London has been having a very, very solid race so far. Very solid. And you got the nice Koopa that just gets out of the way for you from London at the end of 8-2. Okay, so for the flagpole, unless you're doing the flagpole glitch, which is a whole different... Okay. So you have to wait for the flag to lower, unless you're doing like the flagpole glitch, which is kind of his own thing. And London makes it through. London makes it through 8-3 without taking any hits. It looks like. So he's starting 8-4 and is on a very good pace. Actually, he's on a. Barring any mistakes, he should have a time somewhere in the mid-19s, I believe. And Marikh just barely makes it under Bowser. Looks like want to make it through the water section. We'll assume we'll see him finish up here. And looks like he's gonna finish. GG to London. Congrats on the win. He got a race spot time of 19:35. MrCab starting at 8-4. Wall jump. He didn't get the pixel. And MrCab. Oh no! Oh no! He clipped through the wall. Oh no! Oh no! So basically, he has to wait for a death here. He has to wait for the time to run out because he could reset and warp back to World 8, but that's going to take even more time. So he's just going to have to sit here until the timer runs out. And Louis, I guess we'll watch Louis for a moment. Louis in 8-4, guessed the wall jump. And Louis making his way through the water section. Looks like he made it through pretty cleanly. And Louis should have enough iframes to make it. Oh, he decides to wait. And better get under Bowser before he starts shooting the fireballs. Oh, and he gets hit by Bowser. So, Marikh is starting 8-4. This is a... Basically, at this point, he just has to make it through the level. So Marikh and Louis are neck and neck at this point. When I repeatedly say anything can happen in these tournament races, I literally mean anything can happen. I didn't. Oh, and Louis looks like he might have got a load of boo there. I'm not sure. And he games over and starts over on World 8. And Marikh is finished. He's got a race spot time of 22:32. So GG to Marikh. Looks like MrCab has decided to finish the race. Oh, watch out for the Koopas. There we go. So, now that it's small, MrCab can't bonk or clip into the wall this time, so... Oh, and he misses the jump. And I think MrCab has decided to go ahead and end it here. Which I think I have him in the chat, in the commentary with me.
Yeah, that happened.
Totally was not expecting that. That was,
Usually that's like the exact reason I don't duck swim in 8-4, because that is very likely to happen. And this time I just said, oh, let me go for it, make sure I don't get hit. And, well, there you go. Hey, at least we showed it off.
Yeah. So for everyone out there, don't do that.
Everything else went well enough. 7-3. I don't know why the Cheeps were hunting for me, but that's somewhat expected to happen now and again. I'm just glad my down button worked for the 2 elevator jumps because it didn't in practice.
So you had a pretty excuse me, you had a pretty solid run up until that point.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm looking at Louis now on the actual restream going through the 8-4 room. I was dead set on going all the way to the end and not dealing with the Cheeps in that room, and then I saw they were all ahead of me, and that's when I stopped there. But everything else went pretty well.
Louis challenges forward jumping Bowser and lost.
It's for the fans. Yeah, duck swimming is you just stand there as a bigger Mario, duck and start swimming, and the game does not give the top of Mario a hitbox. So it's good because you can like swim through a lot of things. Like you don't have to worry about Mario's head getting hit. It's bad because you can end up basically zipping out of bounds there.
You can also do this on 2-2 and 7-2. It works there for anyone who wonders if that can happen anywhere else. 2-2 and 7-2. Louis decides to jump through the hammers anyway. Looks like Louis is finished.
Good job, Louis.
So, GG to everyone. Let's see. So let's see if I can determine who's going up against who yet.
Oh, you'll enjoy it when you see it.
That is the wrong tournament. Hang on.
Well, I'll spoil it for you then.
Okay.
The winners of these races actually face each other.
Oh, okay.
So London gets Marikh in the next round. Bonus bracket land. Where are we? Who am I getting? 48. I get JT Knott. And is the other match 47? Yes. Louis gets El Magus. And then the winner of those two face each other.
Okay. For some reason, Challenge doesn't want to load for me.
So that was actually kind of neat that we actually got the two races that fed into each other to go at the same time.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. So I'll go ahead and put the command in for the schedule and all that stuff. But just to go ahead and I guess just verbally say the schedule for today. So we have quite a few Mario races left today. At the top of the hour, we have ZZZ PC versus 964. That is going to be on this channel. So if you guys want to catch that race, just hang tight for about another 25 minutes, so we should start that one. At 3 p.m. we have Twitch Name versus Southern Pretzel. That one will actually be streamed on my SMB1 community channel, since that one there's so many tournaments going on, SG couldn't pick that one up. So then at 5 p.m. we have Josh Keys versus Scratch Dragon. It is also on Speed Gaming. And at 7 p.m. we have Cujo versus Straveras, and it's also on this channel. Pretty much everything's on this channel today except for the one at 10 p.m. which is Lasso versus Sharky, and it's on Speed Gaming too.
The deuce.
So we have a lot of Mario coming up today.
So stick around.
I think you're the only one that decided to come in for an interview, which
yeah, Louis doesn't usually pop in for the interviews. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other two I've never had the opportunity to even ask. But they're certainly welcome to pop in. I guess we have plenty of time because we're not going anywhere for 20 minutes. I could stick around and chat between races. I've got stuff I've got to take care of today, though, after that.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a day.
I've got a few things I gotta handle today, but I figured I'd hop in and at least cover this this first one.
I guess the only thought you could really start analyzing is, should I have reset and warped back to World 8? I guess I wouldn't have been able to use the continue code if I hit reset.
Does that work? I don't think so. Are you playing on just the standalone card, or are you playing on the...
I've got a double cart, so yeah.
Yeah, if you reset, you couldn't have used the code there.
That was like the one thing I was wondering, would it be faster for me to just reset the game entirely, beat World 8 all over again?
In that situation, because the levels are so long, I don't think so.
Yeah.
If it would have put you at the beginning of World 8, that might have been a little debatable. But if, if you had to warp back, then no. Not at all.
Yeah, taking the warps, that's what would have really done it. That just proves, though, that bloopers are the worst.
Absolutely.
Can't even do their job.
That pattern of cheat chips you got on, I think it's 7.3.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty nasty. That was really nasty.
I had the one... I shouldn't have gotten hit by the first one. That was just my own fault, although I think they also bumped even the first Koopa to back to the right. And then just like all of them ever getting there. And there's one more before I really got started again. Like there's like a quick hop onto one that was about to come right into my feet.
Yeah.
And the ones that jump into your feet are always questionable whether or not the game gives it to you in Mario 1.
Yeah. The first hit in that level, I didn't catch what happened there. I noticed it
was
after.
Basically jumping because the Paracoopa was coming in. It was covering the jump arc over the Paracoopa.
Oh, okay.
Pretty well. I even got the Paracoopa with a fireball too. So. Oh,
did you?
Yeah. I mean, I handled the whole thing. It was just annoying having that many coming in at once. And the low Koopa, that was the second hit. The one on the little green mushroom platform.
Yeah.
It got bumped back to the right, so I had to stop and handle it. And then literally 3 Cheeps jumped into me there. 2 of them took it from the shell after that, but good times.
So do you have a favorite for winning the tournament at this point? I know a lot of people picked Cosmic for that.
A lot of people had Cosmic, and I mean, he's still a strong candidate. He just has to win a lot more races now.
Yeah.
And, well, things can go wrong. So if you look at the round of 16 as it stands now, I mean, the favorite matchups would put you... Barn Owl probably advances to play the winner of presumably LK and Lack. I haven't actually really seen LK in a race yet, but he's got a good low time, so that's going to be really close.
Let's see. He got LK got a 20 flat last week.
Yeah.
Looking at the bracket.
And ZZ's up next, actually?
Yeah, that's the next one. ZZ. ZZ
I
versus.
feel like I haven't seen ZZ before, so ZZ obviously the favorite to at least play London B in that one.
Yeah, I would give him the favorite. He's been putting up some pretty solid times in practice lately, and so forth. Which, I mean, races and practice aren't exactly the same thing, but
oh yeah.
But actually, for as far as the Japanese runners we've had so far, they've all put up pretty solid time so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at all. Just leaves me with, I don't know, who's actually the favorite up there? Goofy Chocobo's getting some reasonable race time. Supersonic's always been a strong runner.
Goofy's,
I don't know about this guy. And I don't know about this guy Rupert at the bottom of the bracket here.
Pretty much the biggest thing for me is if I keep running small strats, I can't make as many mistakes as everyone else can. That's pretty much what it comes down to. So I'm up against Royal for next week. So that should be an interesting race.
I don't know who the favorite out of all this is. At this point, we're running out of people that I really know to any degree. There's a lot of 19 starting to crop up now too, so it's anybody's match. I mean, that's just Mario 1.
Yeah, and a race and a match can go in a different direction very quickly. And we've seen it in several situations. I mean, not just your situation, but the one with Cosmic, and I've seen the one with actually the one that was really close was I don't know if you called it. It was Lack versus Dash Retro. Dash was pretty much ahead for just about the entire match, but he was like 1 or 2 frame rules ahead going into 8-4, and he failed the wall jump, and Lack got it, and Lack ended up winning the match. So.
The wall jump was the difference. Whoa.
Pretty much, yeah. It was through the rest of 8-4, Dash took it a little slower as well, but that's pretty much where Lack jumped ahead was the wall jump in 8-4, which was pretty crazy. I think that as far as the intensity at the end of it, that's the best one we've had.
That's crazy. Looks like we're getting set up for the next one.
Hadn't checked the restream here for a couple of minutes, so.
Is it ZZZ PC or is it like Sleepy PC or?
I guess it's ZZZ PC. I don't.
Either one of them actually works out, I think.
Yeah.
The Game Genie codes, look out. So is there any truth to the rumor that Tiebreaker is Stagio code?
No, that's not the that's not the case on that. That would be interesting though. Maybe I should have made it that way.
If you actually tie, it will be a half hour to see who can get further with the Stagio Game Genie code turned on, the one that makes every enemy throw hammers. Or this one that turns everyone into Bowser. This one's getting weird. I'm not gonna lie.
What was that code he put in there with all the Bowsers?
I missed it.
It's not Mario anymore. It's Maru.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing this like 15 seconds later, so I apologize a little bit, I guess.
Have you played around with that code before, the Stagio code?
No.
It's pretty tough. I know once or twice I did. I was using the actual Game Genie, and I did that code. This has been a few years ago, but I think I was using my usual SMB1 Duck Hunt cartridge, and I was doing like the Warpless category of that, and I'd get to the end of 7-3 and it was soft lock when you entered the castle. It happened to me twice, and then I think I found out it was because I need to use the standalone cartridge to make it through that.
Oh no.
So after that, I have a standalone cartridge, but after that, I've just never bothered to try it again because I was already salty enough by the time that I got through the end of World 7 that I didn't just want to start it over again.
Sounds familiar. I think commentary for the next race is starting to filter in here. Let him finish getting set up.
Yeah, just got set up at the moment. That was unforgettable, Cab. I'm so sorry, but definitely won't be forgotten anytime soon.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Uh,
I already had it blocked out. It's fine. These piranha plants.
So I guess I can stick around and co-commentate with this one.
yeah, sounds good. The commentary for that last race was amazing, considering it's just you doing a four-way.
It's what time is it here? 7:46 a.m. So it's a little early for me.
Yeah, I was surprised to see everybody awake.
Yeah, I'm 2 hours behind the Eastern time, so it's earlier here for me.
All right, I'm gonna go and actually start doing stuff. I actually still haven't showered yet. I ended up oversleeping a little bit, so I just rolled out of bed to get to this.
Oh.
So we can blame this on lack of conditioning. Did he just get 4-2 wrong warp with Stagio turned on?
I guess he did.
What? I think there are high score competitions for this game, and they have like their own set of rules. Because like, I think if you really wanted to do a high score of this game, you would basically like get to the end of 3-1 and do nothing but continue to get 8,000 points and a bunch of 1-ups, and you would just stay there forever. So there's some restrictions on what you're allowed to do. I think that's true anyway. Someone stop me when I'm wrong.
Sounds like some TG stuff, but yeah.
It does sound like it's some Twin Galaxies rule sets, but I mean,
I'm pretty sure it is actually, because I think I've looked that up before.
That's one that at least makes sense though, because like it otherwise boils down to who wants to stay awake in 3-1 the longest.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to watch that.
Assuming that we're still gonna start this at the top of the hour, I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick.
Yeah, I think we'll be starting on the hour. Just I had asked in the channel, and I think people seem good.
All right, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Have fun.
Alrighty, take care.
See you, Speed Gaming Chat.
Getting to see some high quality practice. ZZZ, just working his way through the game. Zine, on the other hand, is giving us a bit of a tour of the sort of glitched worlds, all that bad stuff that you can do with Game Genie. I think we'll be ready in about 10 minutes, so let's people get comfortable before the race.